You know, it's rare to see a gaming community like this. I've been a part of plenty over the years, from massive AAA titles to small early access games, and most start strong, but eventually fall apart under negativity or competition. But no rest for the wicked, it feels different, and I want to talk about why. So let's dive in. Welcome back to Into the Wicked, where we don't just talk about builds and updates, we talk about the community that makes this game what it is. And after spending now close to 300 hours in this world, I can honestly say this: the people behind the screens make this experience something special. Now, you may ask, what do I mean by that? Well, it's a personal observation. I recently made a Reddit post about how positive the community has been, and it really hit me when I saw how many people agreed. Because it's not just me, it's Reddit, Discord, YouTube, everywhere. You got players helping new creators getting started, like myself, sharing feedback, giving build advice, and just keeping the vibe genuinely supportive. And that's not something we should take for granted. We've all been there in those other communities where competition turns toxic so fast, where helping someone almost feels rare. Here, it's the opposite. People want to help, they want to lift each other up. And that is what I love most, is that it's happening this early. We're still in early access. The game isn't even in 1.0, and yet the community feels like it's already built a foundation of respect and strong passion. Everyone's experimenting, learning, sharing discoveries, and it feels like we're all building this world together, one patch at a time. If there's one other community that this reminds me of, it's this one, Helldivers. The same sense of camaraderie, the same feeling that we're all part of something bigger than just grinding loot or beating bosses. And for me personally, I've always valued when a great game has an equally great community behind it. Because if those two things aren't aligned, no matter how good the gameplay is, it just doesn't last. I've seen it happen before. Back in the Destiny 1 days, that community was one of the most fun and supportive I've ever been a part of. But once the transition to Destiny 2 hit, that positivity started to fade. The toxicity crept in, and honestly, that was it for me. The game lost its spark because the community did too. That's why No Rest for the Wicked has been a breath of fresh air. Even though it's still early access, I'm putting hundreds of hours and I'm still having a blast. That says a lot, not just about the game, but about the people who play it. So, my advice is, if you're on the fence about buying this game or just watching from the sidelines, I hope this gives you some perspective. Because you're not just buying another ARPG, you're joining a genuinely passionate community that's growing together patch by patch. And that brings me to something I've been thinking about. If the community is already this strong before co-op, before PvP, before the full release, what could it look like a year from now? Can we keep this same level of positivity when new players flood in? Because every day we are getting newcomers, or when the meta shifts and balance updates hit. I'd love to hear what you think. What kind of community do you want to see when No Rest for the Wicked hits 1.0? Drop your thoughts below, because I like to think how we interact now is going to define what this game becomes later. But those are just some of my thoughts. I wanted to lay them out for you guys and hear what you guys have to say. But furthermore, this has been Into the Wicked. If you felt that same energy, or if you got your own story about a community that made you or broke a game for you, drop it in the comments. Let's keep this conversation going and show why this community really stands out. Thanks for watching. This has been Into the Wicked, and I'll definitely see you in the next one. Peace.